evening, as you all already know, we're honored to debate an ancient and modern question: does God exist? There is perhaps no more contentious issue that we could consider.
Agnostic astronomer Robert Jastrow said astronomers now found they've painted themselves into a corner because they have proven by their own methods that the world began abruptly in an act of creation to which you can trace the seeds of every star, every planet, every living thing in this cosmos and on the earth, and they have found that all this has happened as a product of forces they cannot hope to discover.
The atheist says no persuasive argument for the existence of God has ever been advanced or adduced without convincing rebuttal. That no argument in favor stands or has been found to stand the test of argument and evidence.
Nothing. There was no thing. There was not positive and negative energy, as Isaac Asimov has said. There was not a vacuum. There was not swirling mathematical points, as Dr. Atkins has said from Oxford. There was nothing.
There is no explanation for the origins of our species, for the origins of our cosmos, for the origins of our globe itself. There is not one explanation left which requires the existence of a Deus Ex Machina.
Do you know that a heap of sand and a human brain have the same elements? Why are some carbon-based molecules conscious and others are not? If we are just molecules in motion, how do we have human freedom? William Provine from Cornell, he's a materialist, a Darwinist. He points out that we don't have any human freedom if all we are is molecules in motion.
Of course, Darwin used creationist images. He actually set out to vindicate Paley's theology. He thought he could do it by his taxonomical study of nature. Einstein used God images when he spoke of the extraordinary majesty of the cosmos. It's in us. It's in our vocabulary. It's hardwired in us, you might almost say.
How could you even think of giving such a lecture?
On basic principles of quantum theory, that's how.
Prime mover, and prime mover is not always
Well, you're putting all of us in a very vulnerable position.
Really?
Denying the existence of God might be a bit offensive to Monsignor Bastini.
My research will finally provide the answer.
Really?
Yes.
What you're looking for has already been answered.
Really? In what scientific journal might I find that answer?
In the holy books. Far beyond your scientific journals.
Once again, the God myth. No, slow down.
You liken my God to
No,
death.
God, no. Nothing's up there guiding us, eternalizing us, or protecting us. Nothing, no, just us.
Dad, hands on the wheel, please! Mom, leave him alone!
How will you ever persuade the faithful when you can't even convince your own family?
Through my research, through science, all will soon finally realize the centuries-old hoax. All history's gods, whether Roman, Greek, Egyptian, soon in mythology's rubbish heap, and your God, your Christ, no, about to join them.
Is this conversation necessary?
Listen to your music. Your so-called scientific proof. Been waiting.
A self-existent dimension.
There's no such thing as self-existent. Everything has to have a beginning.
An unimaginable explosion of a self-existing gravitational dimension. From it came galaxies, planets, dinosaurs, cockroaches, eventually us.
Out of nothing, nothing. Ex nihilo nihil fit. Always was, always will be.
Mom, please stop distracting me. I'll be late for the game.
You still have nothing to show for your misguided research.
Misguided? What, because I use my own mind?
And exposing our daughter to your atheistic absurdity.
Laura must find her own answers.
The only answer! God.
The answer isn't God!
Really? And what about your lecture tomorrow? Better be careful with that answer. Bastini just might give you a not-too-gentle shove through the gates of hell.
Well, I would take hell if there was one. I'll be closing my eyes to the truth.
Bastini just might give you a not-too-gentle shove through the gates of hell.
I would take hell if there was one. I'll be closing my eyes to the Yes, a self-existent gravitational dimension of such complexity that it's avoided detection until now.
Hawking's research?
His, also my own.
Hawking's conclusions, unproven nonsense.
Exactly. I mean, what about Lennox? Professor of advanced mathematics at Oxford, who called Hawking's research something out of Alice in Wonderland.
Oxford has been known to produce a loser every now and then.
Surely that's all a matter of one's perspective, isn't it?
Absolutely not. If it were a matter of one's perspective, there would be too many variables. Truth, however, is truth. I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Are you registered for my class?
I'm just auditing. Self-existence and all that, it's mind-boggling. I'm actually majoring in medieval history. I'm assigned to Professor Delgado.
Ronaldo. Then you may audit. Tell him I said hello. Now, where was I?
One truth, all right? Only one. And it's God.
This is a class in astrophysical sciences, isn't it? So let's get back to the realities of astrophysics, shall we?
God, Jesus Christ, it's our reality, Professor.
A lot of disagreements with your reality, disagreements which have led to centuries of bloodshed.
Well, I don't see any bloodshed in our classroom.
Not yet.
How funny. Come to think of it, the competition between science and religion is sort of like a track meet.
Oh, come on.
Why not? A 1,500-meter relay. For Team Science, we have Madame Curie, Max Planck, Niels Bohr, Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking.
Whoa, Hawking's a cripple. I mean, that guy can't even walk, let alone run.
Off the bench, Da Vinci, first name Leonardo, substituting for Hawking.
I mean, God has his own relay team.
Exactly, all right? And he's been winning the big ones for centuries.
God's relay team, okay. Well, happened to have taken a number of courses on the history of Catholicism as an undergrad at St. Catherine the Divine. Picked up a bit on papal infallibility. So let's give God's advocates their best shot, shall we? A team of infallible popes.
Be careful, Professor. I mean, this is St. Genesius, remember?
Who can forget? Okay, so here we go. A team of infallible popes. At the starter gun leading off, we have Alexander VI, who enjoyed fornicating with his sisters and daughter. Next, the baton goes to Damasus I, who forced nuns into prostitution. Damasus then hands the baton over to Benedict IX, who enjoyed sodomizing animals. And tearing up the track, we have none other than Pope Julius III, who decorated his house with sculptures of kitty porn to memorialize the sodomizing of young boys. God competing with science, the never-ending conflict.
It's your science that creates the conflict.
Wrong, Chandler. Science is truth, but being pummeled with the God myth since you were a little babe, it's now hard to accept the truth of science.
Our God, our Christ, they aren't myths.
Of course not. And our faith and the resurrection of Jesus Christ provides us with truth, the truth of everlasting life.
Sorry, dear students, but everlasting life is not reality. It's nothing but a wishful dream grounded in the irrational fear of death.
Belief in God, in the resurrection of his son, Jesus Christ, it is not a wishful dream.
Well, a prediction for you, Chandler. Before long, your God will be in the same mythological bed of quicksand as Athena, Baal, and Thor. Oh, and that character with the horns and forked tail? All gone. All in mythology's rubbish heap.
How can you reconcile placing God in mythology's rubbish heap? I mean, not believing in an afterlife after the accident.
As hard as it may be, upon our death we become nothing but fertilizers for deciduous daisies and shrubs. munchies for voracious beetles. No heaven. No hell. Just fertilizer and munchies.
The focus of today's lecture?
On the physical realities of our cosmos?
Physical realities. I confront them daily. Arthritis now in both knees.
I'm sorry, Monsignor.
Tell me, do you find it satisfying to infuse godly principles concerning the cosmos into the impressionable minds of our young students?
I do what's required of my position as professor of astrophysical science, but wouldn't you rather discuss this in private? I can dismiss my students.
Madam, St. Genesius stands as a holy bastion of truth and openness. The students stay.
Of course. How can I be of further assistance to you, Monsignor?
Well, I've been reviewing one of the university's most noted programs. Yours, Professor Markham.
An undeserved compliment?
Here. The various foundations whose generous donations have fueled your research projects.
Only upon the academic stature of St. Genesius, ennobled by your leadership, Monsignor.
Well, being a curious servant of God, I recently had my assistants check into the backgrounds of your supporters.
All such is on file at the university's grants and contracts office.
Yes, but you see, I'm so involved with opening our students' minds to the eternal glory of God. Sometimes the financial dealings of the faculty just slip by me.
Had I known, I would have sent all copies directly to your office.
Here we are. Oh, a considerable grant to you, Professor Markham, from the National Free Thought Society for your research. When I quote, on the determination of the natural origins of life. Natural origins.
That particular research grant was for reaching conclusions on string theory.
So it had nothing to do with altering St. Genesius' adherence to the commands of God?
I wouldn't put it that way.
Oh, no? Oh, well. I have been known to make a mistake every now and then. But here, another grant to our Professor Markham. On behalf of your research into ethical origins now, from the Jeffersonian Humanist Foundation.
The Jeffersonian is the most noteworthy...
That Jeffersonian designation, would that by any chance refer to former President Thomas Jefferson?
I believe it does.
As well. In remembering my early priestly studies on satanic influences in world governments, was it Mr. Jefferson, a most notable atheist? Does my memory serve me correctly, Professor?
I should have refused the grant.
An open question? But tell me, what benefit to the students comes from this grant? Silence! Madam, if you please, the benefit to our students.
It funded various student research projects, an amoebic appearance in gamma rays. But on another note, Monsignor, and I mean this most respectfully, I would appreciate if you would refer to me as professor, or if you prefer, as doctor, upon my PhD in astrophysical sciences. I deeply appreciate the omission of the word madam.
What do you see as your role here at St. Genesius?
To give my students a basic understanding of scientific principles.
And the purpose behind such scientific principles?
To enable my students to thoroughly analyze natural phenomena.
Oh, the rationale of your teaching acquired from your, PhD days at Princeton?
No, from my undergraduate days at St. Catherine the Divine.
St. Catherine's really a most elegant institution for young Catholic women. But did you absorb what St. Catherine's had to offer?
I was able to absorb the advice of someone you hold so highly.
Who might that be?
The author of Isaiah, chapter 1, verse 18.
Come. Let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. You found connection between that passage in Isaiah and your science?
Yes. The guiding word was reason.
So, it was your interpretation of Isaiah's reason that formed the blasphemous attacks upon our Lord and His Son, Jesus Christ! Oh, yes, madam. Yes. You see, unbeknownst to you, I have been listening to your blasphemy, huh? And it appalled me. It appalls the institution you are employed by!
Employed here to teach the value of reason, the reasons of Plato, Copernicus,
The reason set forth within the Gospel of Isaiah was a command directly from God. A command to think as He would think, so that we may humble ourselves before Him and follow His divine guidance.
I am here to teach reason, logic, all that is embodied in true science.
What of God, huh? What of His command?
Your God is nothing but a fairy tale of a non-existent...
Our Lord God, non-existent. And that is the message you're delivering to St. Genesius' students.
Monsignor, I am a scientist that has been honored with an international reputation as being the premier, if not the world's premier, astrophysicist. My subject matter is science, not hocus pocus.
Our divine Lord, hocus pocus!
You seek not... Oh, and I almost forgot. I'll be having a lecture here at Hankins, 11 a.m. on Thursday. You're more than welcome to attend. I will try my best to concentrate solely on the scientific truth while skipping all the hocus pocus.
Madam? Madam!
days. I'm sorry, honey. It's just my research is so frustrating. Is it worth it? Yes. Yes, it was worth it. Hey, hey, hey. Sit. What? Trying to prove there's no God? People are calling you a devil worshiper. Some even say you're the Antichrist. Well, what do you think? I don't know what to think anymore. I'm so lonely. I need my mother. Don't worship devils. I haven't gone crazy. And as far as the Antichrist goes, well, if my research goes as planned, we'll see. Mom, this has to stop. I'm at the breaking point. Hey. You expecting someone? No. Andy. Would you take Andy for me, please? Laura, would you put Andy in my room, please? Ronaldo, come in.
Here. Something to wash away the Bastini virus.
I heard what happened.
Thanks. I'm sorry about Andy. I don't know why he behaves so aggressively. Only around you.
Well, maybe you should off him. You know, have the vet give him an injection or something.
Ronaldo.
Anyway, Bastini?
Ignorant hypocrite. Right out of the Inquisition.
Come on, Janine. He's not that nice.
Insulted me in front of my students. Threatened my job.
Well, then you're closer to your goal. Bastini feels the rumbling beneath his throne.
Closer. Wonder. Feels like the final piece of the puzzle just keeps slipping away.
You'll have it. Maybe sooner than you expect.
What if, after all these years, what if I fail? What if Noel's right? Gaping door of hell seems to be all too real.
Noel was a remarkable man, Janine. But about his God, he was wrong. Very wrong. You won't fail. The pre-astrophysique you always wanted. Someday, it'll be yours.
The pre. Seems like it drifts further and further.
All those who've come to believe there is no God are here, supporting you on your journey.
My journey.
Stay with it, Janine. You'll get there.
Able to predict the future, Mr. Nostradamus?
Trust me. Nostradamus had it right.
Ever since Noel died, I haven't been much of a mother. An inadequate teacher and not a very good friend.
I know.
I should really get some rest.
Whenever you need me, just
Yeah, and thank you again for the wine.
about your lecture tomorrow. Be very careful. Bastini just might try and give you a not-so-gentle shove through the gates of hell.
Where did you hear that?
Enjoy the wine. Santo Lucifero. The very last bottle. But the journey's worth it.
Thank you for being so encouraging.
You have nothing to show for your misguided research. There's no such thing as self-existence. Out of nothing, nothing. Ex nihilo nihil fit. Always was, always will be, 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 always will be.
Professor Markham, I heard of your recent encounter with Bastini. Your research is leading you to the conclusion that creation has nothing to do with God. Now what is needed by you is the final proof. Irrefutable proof that will once and for all end the God myth. After a great deal of thought, I have decided to reveal to you what you have sought for so long. Enclosed, find directions to my home for next Saturday, 7 in the evening. I don't keep a phone, so if you arrive, fine. If not, so be it. Very truly yours, Jessica Dormander.
Mom, why are you up so late? There was a letter at the door. Supposedly from Jessica Dormander, but probably just a sick joke someone's playing.
Jessica Dormander.
She was one of the greatest. Awarded the Prix in 51, 52. Breakthrough in relating space-time pulsars with time travel. Sort of like backing up the camera. But then she just disappeared, dropped off the face of the earth.
The FBI couldn't find her?
Worldwide search, but Dormander was never found. Until now, maybe. She's got to be 80, 90 even. That's if she's alive and this letter's legit.
What did whoever she is have to say?
That she's got the answer.
To what?
Creation, the beginning of everything.
What you've been after forever?
Even longer than that. And that she wants me to visit.
Visit her where, though?
Out in the boondocks, some 3 or 4 hours from here.
Sounds fishy. Dormander, or whatever she's called, disappears after all these years where no one can find her. But now she tells you where she is?
Weird, huh? Probably just a sick joke. It couldn't be one of your friends, could it?
My friends wouldn't know Jessica Dorm pooped
Dormander.
if she dropped on their laps.
But what if it were Jessica Dormander? I better call Ronaldo, have him come along. Could use the support. Jessica Dormander. Couldn't be. Could it? What if it was? You need to get to bed. Andy.
Andy? We're a good 150 miles from the dog. Calm down, Janine. What's going on?
I saw him.
So who?
No, he was trying to tell me something.
What?
I don't know. I just saw him for a moment.
Noel's gone. You must accept that, Janine. Maybe I should drive. Okay. Right at the next round. There it is. Are you gonna be alone? Here it is.
Andy? Andy, is that you? Andy, come here, Andy.
Come on, Janine. Let's hurry and get to this bloody house.
Patience. Patience. I'm coming.
Professor Markham, come in.
Dr. Dorminder.
Welcome. I've been expecting you.
You are alive. I wasn't sure.
Well, of course I'm alive, I think. Still pretty frisky, eh?
Amazing. I can't even do two.
Janine, put your coats on the hooks.
Thank you.
Come in. And please, no more Dr. Dorminder. It's Jessica. Now, how about some nice hot tea? It'll warm you up. And you can have a bit of my cake.
Jessica, you really shouldn't have troubled yourself.
No trouble. Sit down.
Thank you. I would like to introduce you to Professor Ronaldo Delgado. He's a fellow faculty member at St. Genesis.
An honor, Dr. Dorminder.
And what, may I ask, is your field of academia?
Dabble a bit in medieval history.
Ronaldo is far too modest. He's actually acknowledged as being the world's leading authority on the Spanish Inquisition. His writings are a major reference on the subject matter, particularly 16th century instruments of
Persuasion.
Yes, the axe. My husband's collection. From one of the more bloodthirsty Northwest Alaskan tribes. It is said that their throwing technique was so developed that they could split open the skull of a polar bear at 50 meters.
50 meters?
You have a charming home, Jessica.
Yes. My husband and I have enjoyed it for many years.
Oh, Mr. Dorminder, will he be joining us? Or?
No. You are confused. There is no Mr. Dorminder. Dorminder was my maiden name. I kept it after I was married. My husband... Oh, you must have heard of him. Dr. Professor Sebastian Stillwell.
Sebastian Stillwell, your husband, celestial mathematics, astrophysics, he's an icon.
Stood out from the crowd, Sebastian did, including Albert Einstein. 1949, the big year. Sebastian was far ahead of his time. Einstein was awed, begged for an appointment, visited us, had lunch with us, downed several glasses of schnapps.
Einstein, schnapps.
Albert loved his schnapps. What he was really after, however, was Sebastian's opinion on the possibility of mathematical imbalance to the time theorem. Albert was so pathetically confused about essential mathematics. Sebastian felt sorry for him, tried to put him on the right track, but Albert, always so stubborn, stuck to his theory.
That must have been what led to his mistakes in the theory of relativity.
Good for you. Anyway, Albert begged to join our team. We declined. Sebastian felt our research had left Albert far behind. Albert was almost in tears.
Jessica, you shouldn't have gone to this much trouble.
No trouble. Now, if you're finished, let us get to why you came here. Follow me. Just look. You have to look or you might miss something that's really important. There, matches. middle of the chair if you like. Sebastian used to sit there when he was into some of his most original concepts.
Like Einstein, I was reversing the predominant gravitational effects. It seemed like the only possibility. Einstein was wrong. I was wrong.
Well, you think you got it now?
Yes, in front of me, what I've been after all these years.
From what you're saying, it's what the church has been fearing forever.
Jessica, you must make this known.
I could. For sure I could. But I won't. Being raised First Baptist meant standing at the forefront of faith. And then to realize that our research had led to conclusions that proved, irrefutably proved, there was no God. Well,
Jessica, what you have here, it will finally end the myth.
Yes. That's why I'm making this research available to you.
What was that?
Furnace trouble. Seems to be getting too hot lately. Nothing to worry about. The furnace guy will be coming soon. A gentle tap on the floor. Must move one of the pipes. Stops that damn rumbling.
Jessica, you must make this immediately available. There's a significance of it all.
I could, but I'm not going to.
But Jessica...
No, never. I invited you here because it is you who must make this known. With your preeminent position in the world of astrophysics, you'll be greeted with the appropriate reception. Besides, Sebastian and I could never deal with the publicity if we were the ones put forth that finally put the dagger into God.
But Jessica, you deserve...
No. No, this is for you, and for you alone to take the credit.
The acclaim that might come with it, maybe even the pre.
Likely.
Didn't I tell you, Janine? Didn't I predict it?
The notoriety that comes from fame. Sebastian wouldn't much care for that.
But Jessica...
No. Final no. Now, do I have your agreement or not? And if not, the research remains here. The papers in which you took the notes are only part of the answer. There is more that will clearly, irrefutably validate the no God concept. And it is in my hands. My ace in the hole. So, do we have an agreement? Good. Now, better be getting home. It's a little bit of a ride back to St. Genesius.
Jessica, I really don't know what to say except for thank you.
No need for thanks, no need. My thanks will be the results of all I've given you.
Thank you again.
Look after that furnace problem, Jessica. Seems a bit impatient.
The furnace repairman will figure it out. Pretty good at his job.
There are explanations for where the universe came from. Atheistic, I'd love to hear them. I haven't heard one yet. How does something come from nothing with extreme fine-tuning? What is the explanation for that?
All we know is how little we know. That's been for many years my definition of an educated person. Someone who knows enough to know how ignorant they are.
Arthur Eddington, the contemporary of Einstein, who was an expert in general relativity, said, quote, "The beginning seems to present insuperable difficulties unless we agree to look on it as frankly supernatural."
I'm now positive that Einstein's cosmological constant, based on his static universe model, missed the target. In actuality, it was self-existing gravitational factors, which were at the very beginning. The first heartbeat, if you will, of creation. Issues that were once unresolved are now conclusively resolved.
So where is your research heading, Professor? If you're right.
Be assured, I am right. Now that the God fable is dealt with, the possibilities are endless. For me, there's scientists everywhere.
How entertaining. Your so-called evidence, it's just not even vaguely understandable.
But you have to admit, Monsignor, that what Professor Markham presented, it's overwhelming evidence.
I'll admit, it's more like an overwhelming exercise in scientific gibberish. Self-existing gravitational something or other, and Einstein's cosmical constant. It's just gibberish, no matter what.
Your question, Monsignor?
Professor, Doctor, or as you prefer, Madam, do you have any, I emphasize, any irrefutable proof of this dubious proposition of yours of self-existence? These charts, well, that you reference, they can't be your only explanation. I mean, I could make you 100 more like these and call it science, even witchcraft.
Tacking on to the Monsignor's question, Professor, have your calculations, whether they be of science or, as the Monsignor characterizes it, witchcraft, been closely examined by any significant authority?
First off, any witchcraft that's involved in this issue attaches to the Monsignor's invocations to a non-existent God. As far as examination by a significant authority, there has not been a single such institution which has disproved my findings.
Your research is rubbish. It's complete rubbish. It's convoluted. It's misleading. It's satanic.
Well, based upon your intellectual level, you not understanding is, shall we say, understandable.
Shame on this network for allowing such nonsense to be spoken as truth. And shame on you, madam, for not knowing your place. I prayed to the good Lord to spare you his wrath. I'm finding it difficult, Doctor, to repeat that prayer now.
Thank you, Monsignor Basteni. Professor Markham, thank you for this enlightening interview.
Of course.
And thank you, our viewers, for tuning in.
Very early this morning when protests started around 6:30 a.m. So now all around me there's just black smoke everywhere in the city.
Demonstrators using the streets for trash, and police respond with tear gas.
You couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? You had to take God from us.
Hey! What are you doing, you crazy son of a bitch?
Thanks to the telescope and the microscope, religion no longer offers anything important. I think that is exactly wrong.
Does God exist? Is to me, yes, it does. It must do. It must do because it is so real to those who do believe.
Mom, are you with me?
Yes, of course I'm with you.
I don't believe you.
Well, I'm sorry, Laura, but the truth, it matters.
But what about me? Don't I matter? Like, Dad, I wanted to have God in my life. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
Dad's God, it's a myth, a fairy tale. It's nothing but an attempt to ward off the realities of death.
Some things, even if true, don't need to be exposed. But you are too selfish and wrapped up in your science to understand.
I am sorry that you feel that way, but you must know that you, not science, are the center of my life.
Then show it.
Hey, do not walk out.
Recipient. I am proud to present Dr. Janine Markham with this distinction for a conclusive research entitled A Final Cosmic Answer.
Bestowing on my research this great honor. But I must confess that in carrying out my research to its conclusions, it's always been a serious concern of mine to prove that God is not, in fact, the creator to all those who believed in a God. To take away something so special, though it be fiction, was not an easy task. But my final determination was and is that truth is all. And that has led me to this great award in which you give me tonight, and for that I thank you.
What a month! The astrophysique. All of it. It's fabulous.
Fabulous, my daughter won't even talk to me anymore.
Your daughter? Janine, keep your mind on now. You've turned the entire world upside down.
Something's bothering me, I just don't know what it is.
because of you, mankind is rid of him. Thousands of years, making us play his game and forcing us to pay for the privilege. He's finished. Isn't this everything you dreamt of? The Prix, all the honors you're receiving.
So believed in God and clung on to him as the last hope of this miserable world. I never gave them much thought.
Think about yourself, Janine. Think about the Prix.
I've taken God from them. They're frightened.
Like they've lost a child.
Yes, their only child.
But your research has shown it was a child that never existed. For centuries, a false image. But now perhaps something very new.
What are you talking about?
Oh, no. Nothing. Come on. Let's dance.
Please leave your message after the tone. Press any key to end.
Yeah, you know what? The entire world is pitted against each other right now. And that's your fault. I hope you're happy. I hope you're fucking happy.
Your fucking house down. Give you a taste of where you're gonna spend eternity.
Andy! Andy!
Patience. Mommy will be down in just a moment. That's the trouble with youth today. No patience. I keep telling you, got to be careful playing with matches. Don't want to burn this dump down, do we?
What? Jessica Dormander. The Dormander house. What happened to it?
What are you talking about?
You look so much like her. Younger. That birthmark on your cheek. You're Jessica Dormander. I visited you at your house and now it's no longer there. You're so much younger.
What's no longer there? What are you talking about, lady?
You're Jessica.
What are you trying to do with your Jessica crap? You better leave before I call the cops, bitch.
You were ancient and now you're so young and your voice.
Ancient? I'm barely 20 years old. You hit your head on something. Sebastian! You better come here. There's a crazy lady. Something about a Jessica ancient, she said.
What is it, madam?
You're Sebastian? But you're a student in my astrophysics 312 class. And Sebastian Stillwell, he's gotta be 100 years old. He's gotta be dead.
Dead? Well, you sure did act dead a few minutes ago. That bitch has been calling me Jessica, saying I used to be ancient. Now she thinks she knows you.
You must be mistaken, madam. Is there anything we can do for you?
Well, shucks, Janine. It's great seeing you.
Twain? Samuel Clemens? It can't be you.
Space-time suspended animation does the trick. Well, as for being dead, still pretty frisky for being dead.
Frau Markham, your reputation and courage has struck an accordion in mine heart.
Albert, it struck a chord in my heart.
This can't be real.
'Tis what we call suspended animation.
Where am I?
The world of the sublime. My child, I speak for all of us when I say that you have enriched science.
Aristotle? It can't be you.
Anything is possible, Janine. Anything and everything.
Your writing is a natural motion. Motion not requiring an extrinsic cause. Self-existent concepts you were into way back then.
Your research on self-existence far exceeds my infantile efforts.
Come along, Janine. Let me introduce you to one of your loveliest supporters, Madame Draper.
It is a great pleasure to meet such a remarkable woman. And so charming.
Indeed.
Madame Dewberry, haven't we met somewhere before?
No, oh no, it's impossible. I would never forget such a remarkable and charming woman.
Mr. Twain, I'm sure that I've met Madame Dewberry somewhere before. I'm so confused. Where did you say I am?
In the world of the irrefutable.
And you're all here to
support you.
On your mission.
But why?
That you not swerve from the path fate has chosen for you. And everything is proceeding in such proper order.
But the 666 on the research. Is this real?
Surely that's all a matter of one's perspective, isn't it?
I know what I saw.
Janine, what does 999 look like?
Upside down.
Yeah, when the bottom is the top, and the top is the bottom.
The bottom is the top, and the top is the... now I see it clearly.
Yeah, the top is the bottom.
999, upside down. How stupid of me for not seeing that. But what about when I went to Jessica's house? She was 90 and then 20 and 20 and then 90 and...
It's a nightmare. Mental fatigue, the pressure, overwhelming.
Come on, Charles Darwin, Charlie, Professor Janine Markham.
Mr. Darwin, I've been such a fan of yours even since high school.
How flattering. But your research, far more important than anything I've ever done. It's what we've been waiting for.
For a really long time.
Forever, even longer.
And now you've all made it so clear. It was never 666, it was just
999.
Upside down.
So the research, it was true.
Completely.
And having nothing to do with the devil. I'm so grateful to you all for helping me get this right. And for reassuring me that it wasn't...
Absolutely not his. The research is far too brilliant to have come from anyone but a great astrophysicist, which is what you are.
Your research. Irrefutable.
Irrefutable.
Janine, I see you've met my friends. They've been dying to meet you.
What did you do to my dad? What did you do?
President Markham. This young man didn't have an appointment, but he is very interested in attending Genesius, and his academic qualifications seem quite outstanding. I thought you wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yes, it's fine. Just please remind me that I have that curriculum committee meeting. I don't want to miss it.
Okay.
I'll be with you in a moment. In the meantime, why don't you tell me about yourself?
Well, I'm very interested in attending Genesius. Though, correct me if I'm mistaken, wasn't the university's name originally St. Genesius?
Yes, but the administration decided to eliminate Saint once the God fable was put to rest.
Mom. Oh, good. You're coming out of your faint. Would you like a cookie?
You gave us quite the scare. Would you like a cup of tea?
Mom, wake up. Are you having a nightmare?
They were all there. Albert Einstein. Aristotle.
Sorry, behind you. Is that the pre-astrophysique that you were awarded for your research in eliminating the God fable?
Yes, the pre-committee said that the research was some of the most original that's ever been put before them.
Einstein, Darwin, Dewey.
Most original. Wow, it's a big compliment coming from the pre-committee.
No need for that. We'll take care of you.
Please, I need my phone. I need to call my daughter.
Your daughter? I'm sure Laura isn't anxious. Quite sure.
Where's Dad? Dad? Mom, you're scaring me. Maybe we should get you to the hospital.
No. I don't want to go to the hospital. I just don't understand. I don't understand any of it.
And that lovely painting of your late husband, perhaps.
Yes, there was a terrible accident.
He was a good-looking guy, your husband. Of course, he wasn't that good-looking. I had to get rid of Noah. I couldn't have him getting you into his god, his church. My entire plan would have crumbled. You do understand, don't you? All those who come to realize there is no God are here, supporting you on your journey. There's a pity about Laura. She was such a charming child. But you would have been spending too much time with her, and I wanted you all to myself, so I decided to do her the same way I did Noah. Sort of like a supermarket. Buy one, get one free. Oh, I owe you sugar. If it hadn't been for you,